Welcome, Petaluma community, to the business department at Petaluma High School. My name is Carrie Lowell, and we're very happy to be able to offer a full complement of business classes at our school, which is very rare given our county and our state. So we're excited to get to know you and tell you a little bit about what we do. So once again, my name is Carrie Lowell. I'm entering my 22nd year at Petaluma High School. This year, I'll be teaching legal studies, entrepreneurship, credit recovery, human interaction, and intro to business, so a full plate. And here are 5 things to know about me. So I started teaching because I had a counselor at Drake High, Mr. Marr, who set me on a good path when things were a little rough, and he helped encourage me to be the teacher that I wish I had had. So that's kind of 2. One thing about me, I will almost always have a cup of coffee in my hand, whether I am virtual or when we come back into the classroom. Another thing about me, it's kind of strange, and Wilson's gonna laugh, but I have a thing about jumbo paper clips, and when you're back in my classroom, you'll see it's a thing. Can't really explain it. And lastly, I'm pretty obsessed with my pets. So this is Bella and Mona, there's Daisy, that's through the ears of Lily and through the ears of Jackson. So when I'm not working, teaching, etc., I'm hanging out with my pets. That's a little bit about me. I'm handing it over to Mr. Jones.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mr. Jones. I am on my 11th year at Petaluma High School, and I teach 5 classes at Petaluma, 3 of those being in the engineering and manufacturing department with our auto shop. So that's kind of our industrial education department, but we call it our engineering and automotive department. So in addition to those 3 classes, I teach 2 classes in our business department, and that is 3D animation and yearbook. Lots of questions about the yearbook this year already. And so I'll do, maybe quell the myth there a little bit. Yes, there will be a yearbook this year. What it looks like might be very different than what we're used to from a traditional yearbook, but I wanted to get that out of the way in case you're watching this and wondering, should I purchase one this year? So most definitely. So again, 10 years, haven't always been a teacher, but 10 years at Petaluma High School. And really looking forward to a new year. I know it's different, and but I'm looking forward to doing everything that we need to do to get through what we have to do. So 2 questions that I kind of picked a funny one, not really funny, but maybe a funny and serious one. The first one I chose was, if I wasn't teaching, what would I be doing? And I kind of took it in a little bit different direction. I know if I wasn't teaching, I'd probably be in the industry somewhere doing engineering or architecture. But I thought I'd maybe, if I wasn't teaching and didn't have that as a career, most of my really close friends and even some people at Petaluma High School know that I'm a private chef. And so if I wasn't teaching, I'd probably own my own restaurant, or I at least hope I would be cooking somewhere. So that's kind of a fun part. And maybe something that a lot of people don't know about me. If you're on my Facebook page, you would definitely know. And then the second one was, it was more related to what sport you like to play. And I'm the head coach for the girls golf team too. So I've been playing a lot of golf over the summer. And kind of on a serious note, people kind of, when they talk about golf, I always like to think that golf is kind of it's a metaphor for me for life. That's why I've always kind of enjoyed the game as well. And what I mean by that is that when you're standing on the tee and you're having to look all the way down, all you see is a little flag at the end, and that's your goal. And along the way, you might run into some problems. It's how many swings you take to get there. You might end up in the sand. You could end up in the water. You're going to have a few penalties along the way, maybe. You could get there really fast too, and the goal gets there really quickly, and maybe you do better than what you did even on the previous hole or another goal that you had. So I always kind of enjoy that game. And again, maybe something people don't know about me, but that's a hobby that I have and something I like to do. So that's me. I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Schwartz.
Hello, I'm Mr. Schwartz. I'm the graphic design teacher, and I've been doing that in the business department at Petaluma High School for the past, this will be the 4th year. And in addition to that, I will be the photography teacher and advanced photography teacher for the year. I'm really looking forward to that. And as always, really looking forward to meeting a new crew of graphic design students and We have a lot of possibilities for working in this virtual domain. Graphic design is somewhat set up in order to do that. And I will tell those of you who will be my students how that's going to go, and you'll discover many things. Photography as well has a lot of potential. That being said, it's a new thing. We're all kind of discovering this distant approach together, and we're going to make it work, and it's going to actually be fun. So a couple things about myself, kind of loosely related to some of the questions that were presented to us. I am a working artist. I do a lot of wood and mixed media sculpture as my main thing these days. I've also done photography kind of all my life, and sometimes as my main thing. I also build musical instruments and stringed instruments, mostly guitar type things and related forms. I have a 9-year-old son, and we love to work in the garden together and bake bread and do home kinds of things. We also like to go camping and hiking in the mountains and out to the beach and out to the river. And I think I'll leave it at that. So I look forward to seeing you in person or otherwise. On to Ms. Wilson.
Well, hello there. Nice to see you, and we're glad that you're coming back to us. We look forward to meeting you in person if we haven't met you already. Welcome to our temporary new reality, right? So hopefully we'll be back in the classroom before too long. But one of my favorite catchphrases is make it happen. And so I think that that really applies to our life situation right now, is that we want to all be educated. We want to prepare for the future. So we're going to do what it takes to make it happen, and so work together and make that happen. I teach, if I didn't say my name, it's Karen Wilson, and I teach Introduction to Business and Accounting. I believe this is my 26th year at Petaluma High School, so I've enjoyed, a long, wonderful career there, and I know that if you are new to Petaluma High School, you're going to love it. So a couple things about me from our list of questions that we got to pick. You'll find, I believe, that we have many, many pretty hardy Harry Potter fans. And so I find myself in that group. And so if I were to be sorted, I believe that I would be in the House of Hufflepuff. And so I think that if my colleagues would kind of take a look at those characteristics and say, oh yeah, that's where you are. Another thing, when I looked at then, I love the idea of having a superpower. Oh my gosh, what a selfish thing to do something really fun though, right? So I had a hard time looking at two different options. The first one, flight, just to be able to soar free and float and to look at the world in such a grand perspective, it just feels very free. But then the more I thought about it, I thought, well, I also would love, just on a whim, to be able to go anywhere I wanted to go. And so teleportation, I like to teleport. And if I wanted to go see a museum, I could just pop over there and do it. You'll notice that when you get to my classroom, I have a lot of art in my classroom. And so it's something that brings me joy and peace. I am the least creative person as far as producing art that you'll meet. I can't draw a stick figure, but I love the feeling that art evokes, and I love looking at it and seeing it. So I would want to be able to teleport, just on a whim, go anywhere I wanted to go. So, and now I'll turn it over to Mr. Cox.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Cox. I teach Intro to Computer Science and AP Computer Science at school. This will be my 23rd year at Petaluma High School, coming up in 29th year in the district. The two things about me that I thought I'd share is, number one, I've been known to play my share of video games, and definitely my favorite video game ever is Borderlands. Any of them I'll take, but especially Borderlands 3. And then the other thing is, if I'm not at school, where you usually find me is out on the tennis court. I love to play tennis, and I'm out there all the time. So I'm going to pass it off now to Mr. Guerretta.
Hi, I'm Mr. Guerretta. I'm starting my 35th year in education. At Petaluma, I'll be entering my 21st year. And this is my first year in the business department. And I'm looking forward to teaching personal finance. I'll be teaching Math 3, and I'm also going to be teaching Honors Math 3E. So again, I'm excited about, joining the business department. Let's see, a couple of questions about if I had a superpower, I would love to be able to fly. So, because that would give me the option of flying anywhere in the world. At least that's how I look at it. And the other one was what type of music I like. And I love classic rock. So Mrs. Lobo and we talk about the music, and we talk about, what our favorite bands are. Well, my favorite band is Led Zeppelin. And I also love, Boston and Aerosmith. So if we were in the classroom and you would drop by, that's the kind of music that you would hear in my room. I love camping. In fact, my favorite spot to go camping is Yosemite. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go out this year. I had reservations, but they were canceled. But my wife and I and my kids, and it seems like more and more their friends come join us. But it's great. We go hiking up there. They love to hike. So I love being out there. Well, I'll return it back to Mrs. Lowell, and I guess she can wrap everything up.
Well, we look forward to meeting everybody in person as soon as we can. And until that time, when we get to see you on Zoom, we look forward to seeing your smiling face and your great attitude. You'll find that this is a really great group of people, and we look forward to supporting you as we move forward. All right, take care.
Peace out.